Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum, I am Ahmed Zaki. Today we will start with the third section, guide. We will focus on this one. This will take a little bit time. As we see, these are some hints, some tips, some notes, and they are very important to read them before you start, because these are my own experience, what I have encountered while working with the script. So maybe it will be split into multiple videos, as they are not a small section. It's a little bit big section. Well, let us start with the first one. Be aware that the script based on this configuration. Empty requires array in module descriptor. Where the configurations stay or where they are in the configuration.json. Configuration.json. And in our own repository, in the repository, we go here simply. They are with the suffix, of course. When you start, this will be renamed to configuration.json directly without this suffix. But in the repository itself, it will have this suffix, as you see. Okay, if you go there, you will find our configuration. These are the configuration values, key value pairs, and our own configuration. If we search a little bit, this one. Empty requires array in module descriptor. What does this mean? We go there, for example, use mod users as an example. Module, we go to descriptors, open module descriptor template. We find, if we go a little bit down, well, I'm shocked. It's not here, but well, we can see another one. No problem. We can, for example, go to inventory storage. Another example. Yes, here, for example, requires. This array will prevent you from registering or enabling the module if this interface, the module which providing this interface, was not already installed. And as we know, we run on local machines, so we cannot run everything. We cannot run everything because it will be very costly on your resources, memory and CPU. So by default, this array, after building the project, will be emptied, or will be cleaned, will be empty. The script will remove everything inside these two brackets. And if your own module depends on another module and cannot run, or you cannot run the API, then manually you will add the module in your modules.json file. Okay, so you will only add dependency modules that are necessarily needed to debugging or to run the API request for the module you want to work with. The only essential modules, not all what exists in the requires array. For running in one API, in, for example, mod inventory storage module, you do not need all the dependencies. You may need one or two. So you will not, we will not add all the dependencies. We will only add what we need. And this will come with practice. After doing it multiple times, you will know for running, for example, a specific URL, you need the module itself where this API exists, and 2-3 other modules at maximum, not all the dependencies. Okay, go back. So the first one says that by default the requires array will be cleaned while working with a script. Okay. The second one is not very important, you can read it yourself. The third one, yes, this one is important. The order of modules in modules.json is important because the first one is a dependency for the next one. For example, if we go and see ourselves, let us open it in a new tab. For example, mod inventory storage could not start without mod permissions. Okay, if we work in authentication environment, for example, mod configuration depends on mod users. Maybe, I'm not sure 100%, but this is how it works. For example, mod auth token cannot start without mod password validator, mod login. So that's how it works. Each module in the array is a dependency for the next one. So if I shuffle them and put them in an unordered manner way, you will have problems while running the script. The module cannot be enabled because it depended on another module, and so on. So order matters. Order is important. Go back. While running the script, you may, here if you have warning kind of logs, this is not a big problem. This one, you can read it yourself. Here, if you run, this one is important, if you run in a Docker container, if you go to the configuration, if you go back here, go back there, run with Docker is a configuration key, which has true or false, a Boolean type of information, of data. And by default it's false. If you will change it to true, there are some other changes should be made. Your configuration should be changed. DB host, Kafka host, Elastic URL, Elasticsearch host, all these 4 keys should be changed to the container or service name. Container name, Postgres, Kafka, Elasticsearch, Elasticsearch. This will work very well if you run within our own Docker Compose services. If you run these services, your database, Kafka, Elasticsearch, if you run it using the Docker Compose, what we provide here, it will work very fine because the Docker images will share the same network. Okay. But if you run it on your host machine or on another service, not the same Docker Compose, you already run it before. So in this case, you will change the values to the host. We add host docker.internal. It's very famous in Docker world. If you want to access the local host outside the container, you should add a host through the Docker gateway, the host gateway. Okay, this is another topic, but we in this case we will change the localhost to this value instead. The container name, you will change it to this value to access the localhost outside your container. Okay, for the same keys. We will stop here and we will continue next one. Thank you.